right in the home page. Hit the Watch Live button. You'll also find a lot of our archival information there and a lot of other news stories of the day. Check it out, civiccentertv.com. Social media, you bet, we're live this morning on Facebook and live on YouTube as well, and also live on the radio right here on 89.3 Lakes FM. We hope you enjoy the program each and every day and the variety of ways to be able to watch. Weather-wise, in the greater West Bloomfield area, it's going to be a little cloudy, but still very surprisingly warm. We all walked out the door this morning, 53 degrees already. And as you can see, it's going to continue to be warm. 35 will be our high tomorrow, and then on Friday, 27 will be our high. So a bit of a cooling pattern. We'll get more sunshine back as we head toward the weekend, but weather-wise, not too bad. State Representative Noah Arbit took this beautiful picture of Orchard Lake, which we're going to show you here. And nice shot. Just a couple of days ago when the sunshine was out, you could see that it's starting to freeze up, but be careful if you are out on the lakes, because that is ice you do not want to walk on. But it sure was pretty the other day, and we thank him for that picture. So yesterday, obviously, we were all covering the terrible tragedy at Michigan State University. I want to thank our local law enforcement here in West Bloomfield, who were surprisingly even involved in all of this. This was a statewide effort, and even though we dispatched our first responders to the Lansing area and they weren't needed, it was good to know that they were on call, and good to get their perspective, especially from Chief Flynn yesterday, who has a son at Michigan State University. This all, I don't know about you, but this all really started to hit home even more yesterday when we found out the stories and the names of those we lost as we were watching TV with people like Anderson Cooper. Here's his coverage of those 3 students we lost at Michigan State University.
Alexandria Verner was in her junior year and came from the small town of Clawson, Michigan. Her high school principal told us she was an excellent student in addition to playing 3 sports and taking part in school leadership groups. He says her kindness was on display every second you were around her. She was, he says, everything you'd want your daughter or friend to be. Brian Frazier was a sophomore from the Detroit suburb of Grosse Pointe. He was a member of Phi Delta Theta fraternity. His sister tells the Detroit Free Press that their family isn't ready to speak, but said she doesn't want her brother's name forgotten and called Brian a light in their lives. Ariel Anderson was a junior, also from the Detroit area, in the same school system as Brian Frazier. Her family tells local station WXYZ that she loved children, wanted to be a pediatrician. Her grandmother tells the Free Press that Ariel was kind and loving, caring, compassionate, and driven.
Well, the worst reason ever for 3 of our amazing young and bright people here from the state of Michigan to be on national television coverage. But so be it. That's the story from yesterday, and something we'll continue to talk about. Tyler Keefe will be in after 10 o'clock this morning, and I know he's going to be talking to State Representative Noah Arbit and many others as we continue to cover this story. We're going to get back to our job of telling the good stories going on right here in West Bloomfield, and that's an easy story to tell because there is so much of it, starting this morning with these fine West Bloomfield students that participated in the Wayne State University Honors Band. Congratulations to Kyle Harmala, Stephen Mahos, Noah Pratt, and Haven William. They participated in the Wayne State University Honor Band under the direction of Professor Douglas Bianchi. After a long day of rehearsals, West Bloomfield musicians performed with students from 16 other high schools in a very successful and delightful culminating concert. So says the post on Facebook, and we actually have a clip of that. Why don't we watch and listen to that amazing performance yesterday. Thank goodness there was somebody with their phone and able to capture that wonderful video. Congratulations to our West Bloomfield High School students and students all around the area, all getting a chance to head down to Wayne State and perform with some of the very best all across our region. Again, congratulations to West Bloomfield students. Taking a look at arts of another flavor this morning, we are so excited that the Orchard Lake Fine Arts Show, which is an institution here in the Greater West Bloomfield area, is coming back. Mark your calendar for July 29th and 30th. The hardworking Patty Narozny has got her show back again, and it's really exciting this year because it is the 20th annual Orchard Lake Fine Arts Show. Of course, it happens right off Orchard Lake Road. There's going to be a number of artists displaying and selling their goods, but also this is a juried art event, and very important for the artists that are here that helps get us amazing artists here in West Bloomfield. You know, Patty's had a really hard time, as all of us had during COVID, to make this event continue and help it continue and thrive and be strong and viable. And we are so excited that it's coming back one more time right out there on Orchard Lake Road. So mark your calendar again. The Orchard Lake Fine Arts Show announced last week, 20th anniversary, and it's going to be July 29th and July 30th. And this isn't in my script, Jared, so don't worry about this, but I was just reading my email this morning, and here's more good news about that stretch of West Bloomfield, and that is that the new Schuler Books is getting close to opening. I saw an ad placed for a new manager for that bookstore in Schuler's email that hit my desk this morning. So if you know somebody that might be a great manager for a bookstore right here in West Bloomfield, you might want to get a hold of Schuler and let them know. But we'll talk to them about their new bookstore opening up on Orchard Lake Road. It's going to be big and beautiful and great, and another real landmark here in our community, and we're looking forward to its arrival. So a lot more news and information going on in our community. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back. My name's Dave Scott. Good morning. You are watching the Splash Live, and we'll be back in just a moment.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. It's that time of year, Greater West Bloomfield. Our towns gather together this March for the 5th annual State of the Communities. Important figures from Sylvan Lake, West Bloomfield, Orchard Lake, and Kego Harbor discuss the past year's projects and developments. Hear presentations from speakers, discussions on plans of action, and more. The 5th annual State of the Communities, March 13th at 7 p.m. at the new West Bloomfield Middle School.
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy, and if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
And now, back to the Splash Live.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott here in our Civic Center studios. Of course, 90 minutes of local live television each and every day. And we thank you very much for watching, tuning in, and listening right here on Civic Center TV. Well, you know, look, I know in all honesty that this is not the most important thing in your life. And I know we hold these meetings here in our community, and not a lot of people show up. But it doesn't mean that there isn't important work going on and that we're not going to do everything we can to make sure you realize that that our local government is open and available to you. It's really a very large portion of what our commitment is here on Civic Center TV. So tonight, I'd like to remind you the West Bloomfield Environmental Commission will be meeting tonight at 6 o'clock at the West Bloomfield Town Hall. We'll have that meeting for you live here on Civic Center TV. And you might say, Dave, what does the Environmental Commission do? What is their purpose? What do they do? And the answer to that is that they make sure that while we are building and while we're building homes and building businesses and allowing our community to grow, we also are working on making sure that that we protect nature. And this is just a statement of purpose. I thought I'd read it. It'll only take a quick minute, just so you understand the importance of the Environmental Commission. The West Bloomfield Township Woodlands Ordinance is unique in that it focuses on the ordinance and is not intended to protect trees in general, but to protect the woodland systems like the trees and the woody plants and various other forms of understory plants. The focus of the ordinance is on woodland systems because woodland systems are important to the well-being of the entire West Bloomfield community. Our woodlands provide natural beauty for human observation and recreation and for the habitat of numerous species and plants and animals. I could go on and read it, but you'll see all of that on, of course, on the Environmental Council's website. It's right built into their agenda. And tonight, if you get a moment, you might want to tune in at 6 o'clock as our community does the very best it can to deal with the inevitable growth and all of us living here, but not forgetting about our environment, keeping that balance intact. Not an easy job. These decisions aren't easy, but tune in tonight, see how they're doing. 6 o'clock here on Civic Center TV. So news this morning from the West Bloomfield Police Department. They have a job opening that you may know somebody is just perfect for. They're looking for a police service aide. More information on your screen right now. It's a part-time job, 32 hours a week, starting pay at $20.04. I don't know what the 4 cents is, but I'm sure they have a good reason for that. It's a 6-month increase available to $21.04 an hour. You must be available to work all shifts. Minimum requirements: you must be a U.S. citizen, at least 18 years old, and must currently be enrolled in a college degree program at an accredited college or university, or have obtained an associate's degree or higher. Applicants meeting these requirements and considering becoming a police officer are encouraged to apply. So if you are thinking about law enforcement as a career, here's a really nice way to get a good start and do some good for our community and become a public service aide for the West Bloomfield Police Department. You can go to the West Bloomfield Township site, wbtownship.org/jobs, and you'll find all the information about that public service aide opening. Likely, you know somebody that might be interested. Well, make sure you mark your calendar for the 51st Annual Michigan Week celebration coming up right here. We'll have it live on Civic Center TV. The date is in May, but the most important date right now is February 17th, so only a couple of days away. And that's when all nominations must be submitted on the Michigan Week website. So what is Michigan Week if you're not familiar with it? It's an annual breakfast that we've done for 50 years here in West Bloomfield. We get together as a community, some 250 of us, celebrate the state of Michigan, but also celebrate volunteerism here in our state, and in particular right here in West Bloomfield. We'll honor a number of different individuals and organizations at the breakfast. It's a great day to salute those people that are really making a difference. So if you know somebody that is involved, and they don't need to be working at one of the largest organizations involved in some very high profile activities, it may be something that is off everyone's radar. That's even better. We encourage nominations of all types and flavors, but get out to the website, if you will, take an opportunity to look through, and this is at MichiganWeek.com. MichiganWeek.org, forgive me. Take an opportunity to go into the nomination page. You'll see all the different categories that we have. There's a number of them. You can see a number of them on the screen, including that one honoring Pastor Jack Freed, who recently passed away. He was so involved in this event and one of the founders of this event, and they are virtually every year during his lifetime. So take a look at the different nominations that are available, the different categories that we have, and likely you will find something that is of interest to you and maybe applies to somebody that you know in our community. February 17th, 12 midnight, the deadline. We can't take any nominations past that time. Get out there and get involved, and then mark your calendar for May as we will all get together one more time, this time at Temple, Israel, for the 51st Annual Michigan Week celebration. Speaking of big events for us here at Civic Center TV, I would say right at the very top of our list is our annual production called State of the Communities. You might have seen the promo that Calvin, Calvin did just a great job on that promo, Calvin Brown. But it's the 51st annual Michigan Week. You're invited to, I'm sorry, I'm so excited. It's a State of the Communities. I'm getting on the right page of my script now. It's a State of the Communities. It's our annual event where we invite the leaders from all of our communities, West Bloomfield, Keego Harbor, Orchard Lake, and Sylvan Lake, to all come together and tell us what's going on. Tell us what's happening. Share with us what's happened over the last year and talk about some of the big plans for the upcoming year. Now, we, like many other events, we had to do this virtual during the COVID years, but we are back, we are live, and on the 13th of March, we will be at the West Bloomfield Middle School. It's all in celebration of Sunshine Week, which is an opportunity for us to celebrate open government. As you can see, open government is good government. Sunshine Week happens March 13th through the 19th. We kick it off here in West Bloomfield with our annual broadcast of the State of the Communities. Joining us this year will be Rob Kalman. He is the mayor of the city of Keego Harbor. Norm Finkelstein, the mayor of the city of Orchard Lake Village. Jim Cowper, the mayor of the city of Sylvan Lake. And then Steve Kaplan joining us, the supervisor of the Charter Township of West Bloomfield. We're also delighted to be joined by Dr. Danya Bazzi, the superintendent of schools at West Bloomfield. So much going on there, too. It's State of the Communities. It'll be an hour-long discussion of what's going on. Think of it just like the state of the state or the state of the city or the state of the county, all those other events, and make sure that you join us for this very important and interesting event coming up on the 13th, and we'll have more about that in the coming days. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. We've got more of the Splash Live coming up. Don't forget, after 10 o'clock, Tyler Keefe will be here with the MegaCast, again, taking a continued look at the Michigan State story, talking to people about just, this terrible incident and how we move forward after that tragedy. More coming up in just a moment. Civic Center TV. I'll be right back.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV. WB Parks and the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force once again invite you to the 2023 Black Expo. Drop by Orchard Mall and tour demos and displays that highlight Black business owners, resources, and careers. Bring your friends and family to shop around local vendors and support their hard work and dedication to their craft. Come on down Saturday, February 25th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield. The 2023 Black Expo. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott here on Civic Center TV and all of our other outlets. Thanking you very much for joining us this morning. In a minute, we're going to talk about how you can share your content with us right here on Civic Center TV and just very easily upload your video just like you would on Facebook or YouTube. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first of all, I want to recognize that the West Bloomfield School District has some limited openings for School of Choice. We've got a video on that from the West Bloomfield schools. Let's take a look.
I live in the district, I work in the district. My son went to school all the way through the district. It's just a fabulous place to be.
Having students from every culture, every background, that gives us the opportunity for even greater growth.
At West Bloomfield School District, our graduates become critical thinkers, communicators, collaborators, and contributors to prepare them for life beyond school.
capturing kids' hearts. It's really become part of the school culture.
It allows us to get to know the kids, build solid relationships where they feel safe and comfortable at school.
West Bloomfield School District tailors educational programs to meet all of our students' needs. From STEAM, with a focus on project-based learning, to Oakland Early College, where students earn college credits while completing high school.
I'm taking a bunch of classes right now that can transfer over to any Michigan university.
No other school district around us has the opportunity that these students have.
They're excited to learn.
She's been teaching me, like, don't be nervous, it's okay.
They always put in extra time for you to stay after class.
With 10 nationally recognized schools, we've established a legacy of excellence.
Yeah, I feel more confident now.
Kids will always be the center of everything we do.
West Bloomfield School District. Apply now for schools of choice and learn more at wbsd.org.
A nice promotional piece from the school district, and the absolute truth that we really do have a remarkable school district here in West Bloomfield, getting better every day. School of choice, if you're not familiar, is something that we didn't have when I was a kid. You grew up in a community, you went to that community school. People would, back in the day, maybe try to move a little bit or say they were living somewhere they really weren't. Not necessary anymore. School of choice allows any student in Oakland County to attend the West Bloomfield schools. And for that matter, you could choose another school. It's a great opportunity, so our schools are doing what we just saw. They're certainly promoting themselves through the media. And in West Bloomfield, that's a pretty easy job because we really have an amazing curriculum, amazing administration, great teachers, a lot of extracurricular that, as we get a chance to talk about here through athletics and the music program, as we've talked about this morning, we just seem to have so many great highlights right here in our school district. I'm really proud to continue to promote it as an alum of the West Bloomfield Schools, continue to promote it and encourage you, if you are watching this morning and you have a student that's considering enrolling and they're not enrolled in the West Bloomfield Schools, that you give it a shot and get a hold of them. And there are very limited placements available, and you should get a hold of them quickly. Go to the website and get all of the information. So here at Civic Center TV, we have recognized that we've gone through a bit of a renaissance with community television. When community television started 20, 30, 40 years ago, operations were set up like ours at Civic Center TV, and people were encouraged to participate and create programming, local programming for the local community. And to do that, you could come in, get a training class, get together with some friends in the community and produce your own television show. Back then, it required microphones and cameras and lights and usually some artificial trees, and you could put together your own show. Well, guess what? It's 2023, and the production tool I use in creating a lot of the program that you see here on Civic Center TV, even though I have all that equipment at our disposal, is often just our telephone, our mobile device, our smartphone, if you will. And with your smartphone, I know, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, you have the ability to create some really amazing programming. And then if you're more advanced, you're maybe editing something. You might be putting together your own music video about something going on in our community. Maybe you're telling a story. Maybe you were like that wonderful individual associated with our high school music students that took your phone and shot some video at Wayne State University when the band was playing, and we were able to have some shots. Maybe you're like, yours truly, who's fortunate enough to be a pilot and got the phone out and was flying, as I was here about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, flying towards our lakes, and I'm thinking, wow, this is some really amazing scenery. Why not share that with everybody? And I just shot that on the phone. So if you have created some content, I can't encourage you strongly enough. Sure, put it on Facebook, put it on YouTube, put it on LinkedIn, put it on all of your other different social media networks, but send us a copy as well. And it's really easy. All you need to do is scan this QR code that's on your screen, and it will take you right to our upload page, and it's really easy to go in, upload a video, and then I will do our very best to get it on TV as soon as we can. So we'll put it on our website, we'll include it in our programming. Tell us a little bit about it. It might just be a clip of you and your dog running around the backyard. It may be a beautiful, video that you put together, maybe even a music video, or it might be some, community organization or even a business that you're associated with. All you got to do is go to that page. Couldn't be easier. Upload the video. We'll get it in our library and then be able to get it on TV. It's really the new way that community television like Civic Center TV can work for you, and how you can get involved and support your community by sharing content with us. There's only so many of us here at Civic Center TV, and we encourage and support your efforts to get us that content, and then we'll share it with the whole community. So go out, look at civiccentertv.com and the upload page, and hopefully you'll be inspired and take an opportunity to send us along some of what you have, and then we'll have it here on an upcoming episode of the Splash Live. So it's going to be about it for today. Thank you very much. Our hearts and thoughts are, of course, heavy today with anyone associated with Michigan State University, anyone who knows any of the students that were affected. It was so sad to hear the stories that some of the students from Oxford who survived that tragedy were also on campus earlier this week, surviving this tragedy. We will get through it together. Tyler Keefe will be here in the next couple of minutes talking with a number of people, including some significant elected officials that had the opportunity to work on maybe making some changes to our laws to make things a little bit better here in our state. But our thoughts go to those that have been affected by this tragedy, and we wish you the very best. That's it for me this morning. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tyler Keefe coming in next. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning on a brighter day, we hope, right here on the Splash Live. Have a great day.
Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on